Got one more thing? Okay, yeah, so this is interesting. So I wanted to know, I asked Greg, I said, can you tell me who was the most popular? There's lots of keynotes at South by Southwest. I said, tell me who the most popular keynote is. So how did you do that?
So what I did was I drilled down into a keyword that I had added to this topic analysis widget for keynote and looked at who the Open Calais people mentioned in that keyword. And what I see is a list of people here. And at the top of the list is Seth, the CEO of the online game Scavenger. And it looks like his keynote was the most popular one at South by Southwest.
Yeah, so there you go. So before, I would have had this huge topic profile with all these conversations about South by Southwest. And in like 6 minutes or so, we were able to look at and answer, what was the most popular documentary? What was it about? It was a Foo Fighters documentary, secret documentary that came up. We're able to look at and say, most of the attendees are 25 to 34-year-olds, a little more male than female. They read these top influencers. We're able to answer the question, what was the most popular keynote? And it was, Seth's presentation about how the game layer changes the world that was really fun, and everybody talked about it and loved it. These are amazing insights that now you can get at very, very quickly, and there's all kinds of other very powerful capabilities here. So this is why we're so excited about this platform, and so excited to see what you think of it, get it in your hands, and hear your feedback on this. So thank you very much, Greg,
Thank you
for doing the presentation. Now, what I'd like to do is actually, just to dive a little bit deeper into this, I'd like to invite 3 of our Insights partners that you saw profiled in this today for a quick discussion. So first of all, I'd like to welcome Matt Thompson to the stage, Vice President of Platform for Clout. Matt? Thank you. I think we have some stools coming. Awesome. Okay. And okay, so that's Matt. And now I'd like to welcome Tom Tague, who's Vice President of Platform with Thomson Reuters Open Calais. So, thank you. Welcome. And then also Mark Redgrave, who's CEO of Open Amplify. And then also, Mark? Thank you. Welcome. I'd also like to invite Ryan Strnacka, the name you saw earlier, who's head of our product management group and the guy who's been leading the charge with this Insights platform. So Ryan? Ryan's got a few fans in the audience, sounds like. So welcome, guys.
Thank you.
All right.
Are we all on?
So what you saw briefly in the demo is a display of some amazing technology behind the scenes that come from these providers. And the thing that's common with everyone on the stage is that their capabilities, their technology is now available through the Insights platform. So what I'm going to do is just dig into them a little bit so you can have an understanding of how cool this stuff is. So first of all, get my questions here. Yeah. So Matt, everyone talks about the Clout Score, right? So everyone knows about the Clout Score and checks out your own Clout Score and all that. And some people think, might think that's what Clout does. But there's a huge, powerful infrastructure behind Clout, and you guys do a whole lot more than scores. And I'd love you to talk a little bit about how you guys model influence and how you guys analyze activities on the social web to determine who influences who.
Sure. Well, that's a pretty open question. I mean, basically, I guess the best way to talk about it would be to start by saying, first of all, a lot of people think we're Twitter only, obviously, right?
Yeah.
We've made a huge investment in Facebook, especially when you look at this year. So I'll talk about Twitter and Facebook primarily and kind of ignore LinkedIn and Foursquare at this point. But from a standpoint of how we model that, I can definitely tell you that from a Twitter standpoint, we look at effectively around 34 variables in a machine learning milieu. The most important of which are effectively retweets and mentions. You'll find that those actually are always pretty much top when we look at factors. And then on Facebook, it's really going to be shares, comments, and likes. So basically, the thesis for Clout is that the more influential person is effectively the person that can drive action, and those are effectively actions that we're taking on some kind of content. Clicks also count quite highly. So I think also what you were referring to is actually, given the demo, was the influenced by influencer of piece, right? So we're really well known for our score, But a lot of the things that we do that are more granular are who's the most influential person in your network, both on Facebook and Twitter, and we actually merge the two. And then we actually drill down, obviously, into topics as well. I don't know if you didn't show it, but I think you probably are using the topics in the insights. So influential on topics as well. So when you really look at it, I mean, we're kind of like one of those newfangled companies out in the Bay Area that's basically using a really severe database stack on the back end with the NoSQL, kind of like all the newest bleeding edge stuff. And effectively, we're a 30-person company with 26 engineers. So, yeah, 7 scientists now. So, you're looking at kind of some severe machine learning on both the algorithms for those, just to determine the score, and then influence by, influencer of.
Awesome. So, and that's amazing stuff. Like, it's not, this cute score that you see. There is some serious, science behind this stuff and serious infrastructure. And the cool thing is, because of the cloud, we're able to, work together online and bring all of that capability. Greg showed you the there's influenced by and influencer of, and there's also, as Matt talked about, the ability to, dive into topics and understand what are the topics people are talking about. So that's all available in the platform as well. Tom, I'd like to ask you, help me understand a little bit. You're with Thomson Reuters, and you guys have OpenCalais, which is an amazing technology. OpenCalais seems so strong at being able to identify, things and people and events. Can you describe, the technology, how it works, and kind of how it fits in as well into Thomson Reuters?
Sure. Well, I want to start with saying, this is an exciting day for me because from day one, we've focused OpenCalais on being semantic plumbing, right? And it's not real exciting to build plumbing until people start to connect fixtures to it. And we've had a couple of significant wins with that in the past with OpenPublish and Oracle and whatnot. But with Radian6's new platform, we have a connection to our plumbing that's out in front of the users that's incredibly exciting for us. Very briefly, OpenCalais is it's a big semantic extraction engine that understands entities and events and people and things and places and whatnot like that. And I'm not even going to pretend to talk about the technology behind it. Right now, we process 5 to 10 million transactions a day, which I think is a really interesting indicator of the demand side of how much people want to understand about what's going on out there. And many of those transactions are social transactions of various types, where people are trying to turn them into data. But what it basically brings to Radian6 is the ability to take unstructured data, and that's basically any unstructured data. It may be limited to a specific set of social streams right now. In the future, you may open it up to customers' own customer communications or things like that, and extract out dozens and dozens and dozens of things like the people, the places, the companies, the organizations, the geographies. And we didn't see it in the demo, but one of the other big things that it brings to the table is the ability to extract out events, the aboutness. Is this about a labor action? Is this about a natural disaster? Is this about a management change in a company? And tell you who's involved in that activity as well, which I'm sure are additional layers of drill down and whatnot available within this tool. So I'm really excited. We want this in front of thousands and thousands and thousands of people. Just very briefly, you said, how do we use it inside Thomson Reuters? I head up product for Reuters Media. OpenCalais is like my pet project that I drive. But my main job is to own product for Reuters Media. Reuters probably has the largest structured information assets in the world, aside from certain 3-letter agencies that we're not allowed to talk about. Calais technology is what we're using to weave the connections between all of the information assets that we have, from news to patent filings to scientific research to analyst reports to whatever, to weave that web of knowledge And someday I hope to be able to put a tool as flexible as this on top of the billions of pieces of knowledge that we have inside our own enterprise.
Thank you. And so you can imagine, when we were, when Chris was our CTO going around looking, he came back and he, after meeting with Tom, said, look, this stuff is amazing, and why would we ever, let's go partner with these guys, let's figure out a way to integrate all this stuff. And so, thank you for being able to work with you on this. We're really excited. And Mark, so you're with Open Amplify, and one of the things that I think is really interesting about what you guys do when we started looking is you guys have this ability to kind of get at people's expressed intents. And I think that's really interesting. Can you tell us generally about Open Amplify, but give us some thoughts as to how you guys do that, how you guys extract and understand people's intents.
Sure. So we, Open Amplify, we call it the meaning platform because what we're all about is the actual meaning of the content that's being created, right? The words. We're natural language processing guys, that's what we do. But what we do is we analyze the actual content to work out kind of who's doing what to whom, where, when, and how. And that's enormously powerful just because the social web means there's hundreds of millions of people actually telling you what they want, right? What they like, what they hate, what they're going to do, when they're going to do it. And that kind of explicit information is gold mine, right? It's gold dust. And the super cool thing about the Insights platform that you've just seen is, these guys, Cloud, they've got 26 engineers, right? That's what it takes to build their stuff, right? It's hard, okay? I've got 20 engineers who are building my stuff. And the super cool thing is when people use our technology, they want to say, okay, can Open Amplify tell me who are my fans? Okay, so here's a stream of data. Show me who my fans are, the people who like me because of this brand asset, right? And then what they really want to say is, okay, now who of those fans are influential? Okay, well then we click you guys in, right? And this is why it's such a powerful thing. And I would never attempt to do what you guys do. It's taken my guys, a team of engineers, kind of 7-8 years to build the Open Amplify meaning platform. This shit's difficult, right? And I think I think the really cool thing, and the reason we're so pleased to be here today, is just we need to go beyond listening to understanding, and from understanding to insight. And I think this is exciting. We're delighted to be here.
You could have done my whole intro. That's awesome. And that's exactly what we found, is this stuff is really, really difficult. And when we started looking around, we found, wow, this is a really amazing technology, and then here's something different. And it was just, boom, we got to just pull this together. And Ryan, great job. Ryan's the guy who pulled this together from a product perspective. Yeah. So give me your thoughts as to what you're excited about in terms of what we're launching today, but also where are we taking this?
Sure. Well, I'm really excited for a couple reasons. First of all, we saw really cool demo, cool capabilities, cool features. But one key thing is that it is a platform. So what does that mean from a practical perspective for our community? It means that, for example, we may have a customer, let's say in Sweden, that wants to do automated sentiment analysis in Sweden. Well, we don't do that. But with this platform, if we know of a company that does, we can work with them to build an adapter, plug it in, make it available for our users. So, really flexible system for providing solutions for customers. Another reason why we're excited is that, and I think Mark touched on this, is that in this case, we're not talking about, and this is really for users right now, we're not talking about Open Amplify plus Cloud plus Open Calais in terms of what you can do with it, what kinds of solutions you can find, what kind of insights you can uncover. What we're really talking about is Open Amplify times Cloud times Open Calais. So really broad combination of things that can be done with the data. So really excited about where we can take this in the future, in addition to what we're showing today.
Awesome. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Thanks, guys. Thank you very much, man. Thanks. So I hope that gives you a nice glimpse. You can go to the demo pods after and get a deeper view into all this and all the amazing capabilities. We just scratched the surface. Like I said, there's 75 insights in the platform today. And so please check it out. And obviously, we're going to get it in your hands very soon so that you'll be able to play with it. So now the